Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan. Welcome to the channel at 6 p.m. Thursday, so you know what time it is. Trying to keep you on the right side of the market, get you interested in what's going on, get you to make some money, because that's what it all comes down to. Monday, I did do a video, a short, and I asked for some feedback about allocating one of the slots to just semiconductor and AI stocks. Well, I got a lot of positive feedback on that, so I'm going to try that out starting this evening. So the Thursday slot will just be semiconductors and AI stocks going forward, unless there's something that takes precedence, such as, market timing, things of that nature. But most likely it's going to be on this topic. Now, tonight we're going to start off with, what else is there to talk about? Nvidia. We've got the split coming out tomorrow, so we're going to talk about, what is a split, how it can affect the stock's price. Also going to take a look at a couple of examples here. Now, in addition to that, we are going to talk about the 4 stocks that Nvidia owns. That's right, Nvidia's got large stakes in other companies, 4 in particular on the US exchanges. So we're going to take a look at these stocks and see if there's any potential with these companies. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. So the article's right behind me. You can see all over the internet, the anticipation for Nvidia's 10-to-1 split has got investors excited. But even on top of that, Nvidia's still got more news coming out. You can see the articles here as of about 20 hours ago. Yesterday, intraday trading, Nvidia hit a $3 trillion market cap and actually taking Apple as the second place candidate right behind Microsoft. So that being said, the biggest thing I want to bring to your attention, especially when I made that video looking for the next Nvidia, it was about the multi-bagger opportunities. Nvidia, up like 1,000%. Everyone thinks you buy it, it's just going to keep going up and up. But at a $3 trillion valuation, right? Just do the math here. The stock's trading around $1,200 right now. So 10-for-1 split, bring it down to $120. And if it did get back up to $1,200, 10 times, 10 bags in the making there, that would be a $30 trillion market cap. That being said, I do see great potential in Nvidia. It's definitely just a long-term position, something even just hedge the market in general. It's a great company. Everybody knows that. Now, as far as multi-bag opportunities, I might get 1 or 2 more in the bag, $6 trillion or $9 trillion market cap. But as far as getting 10 more in the bag, $30 trillion, I see that as being very highly unlikely and would take a lot of time to just even get there. Now, here's an example that I wanted to show you. Being Apple, you can see the split here occurred in August 2020. The stock price was right around $500. You could see the split that day came out to $120 a share. The stock currently trading at $195, so it continues to rise. But again, with such a large market cap, the potential for even Apple to get these multi-baggers scenarios becomes less and less unlikely. Now, for my second example, back in 2020, again, actually August, the same time as Apple, Tesla had a split here. This line represents the price actual. You could see the pump up before the split. That's why I've been saying Nvidia before the split, always, not a bad idea, right? So ultimately, the split's really not going to affect your portfolio. You're just going to get more shares if you're holding Nvidia. Otherwise, if you don't own Nvidia yet, it will become more affordable. The only real big difference you're going to see here is the volume and shares tick up simply just because the price is much cheaper. All right, VV Nation, I appreciate you sticking to the end here. These are the 4 stocks actually that Nvidia has a stake in. You see I got Nvidia at the top of the list. These stocks are ranked in order by their VST, overall value, safety, and timing. So I'm not surprised Nvidia being at the top of the list here. Second place, we've got ARM Holdings. I've been a big believer in this position here since it was trading in the 50s. You can see it currently up right now at $133. It is overvalued, and I'll actually say this, all 4 of these companies are greatly overvalued here. I know, especially with SoundHound AI, that stock took off quite a bit, especially as soon as it announced its partnership with Nvidia just a couple months ago. Now, we do have RX in the list here, as well as Serve Robotics. Now, if I scroll over to the right, they're actually pretty diverse here. We've got a drug company, electronic, homeware appliances, and software business. Now, if I scroll back over, the other thing I did want to point out to you is the RS, or relative safety rating. Other than Nvidia, all of these stocks have RSs below 1, which is unfavorable here. So they're not for the faint of heart, not for conservative investors. And if we take a look at their forecasted data here, we got the growth rate and earnings. 2 are negative, RX and Serve. But when it comes to the sales growth rate here, we're seeing phenomenal numbers here. Serve Robotics, 999%. It's pretty high. SoundHound AI comes in at 3rd place at 73%. So now let's take a look at the charts and see what price action is telling us when it comes to these positions. All right, first chart we got is Nvidia. All the moving averages. If you don't know already, I use a 3, 8, and 20-day exponential moving average here with the orange, yellow, and blue lines. You can see as far as price action, nothing is telling me to sell this position or be concerned right now. You can see the earnings per share and growth rate still on the rise, so I like that for its forecasted data. Now here's ARM Holdings. You can see we had a sell recommendation on it here during the retracement from its previous high. However, look at this great trade setup right now. The 3, 8, and 20-day exponential moving average all in our favor right now, especially if you're bullish, I should say. And we've got a buy rating on it, pretty fresh, only about a week old now. Earnings per share growth rate on the rise over the last 3 months. So you can see why I love this company. Now here's RXRX, the drug company. As far as the moving averages, they're kind of consolidating right now. Be a little too early to just go ahead and jump in right now. I'd like to see this price action break above this level of resistance coming in at $9.26. But as far as forecasted data, EPS is on the rise. However, it is negative, and the growth rate in earnings actually declined, coming in at -6. So this one I don't see a whole lot of potential in, I'll be honest. But if you're a swing trader, maybe look at these moving averages here. We're looking at a crossover. But again, for me to get any kind of bullish, even on a quick swing trade, I'd like to see price action get above 926. Now, this is a relatively new company on the exchanges. You can see the data only going back to April. Sell and hold ratings. This is a very early company. If you want to jump in, that's up to you, but just know it's going to be risky. Things I like about it though, earnings per share and the growth rate in earnings, they're negative, but they are on the rise. Now, the last company that you're probably really familiar with other than Nvidia and possibly ARM is going to be SoundHound AI. And the reason why you would know this is because of this huge pump the company had. I mean, it was trading just below $2 here to hit a high over $10, 500% in just a month. Now, the reason why it jumped so much is simply the news got out with its partnership with Nvidia. Now, as far as forecasted earnings or anything, earnings per share and growth rate, they're mixed. I'm not too excited about it. And even the price point here, I mean, price is just consolidating. Now, as far as trading the stock, you see the moving averages all converging very closely together right now. So I'm not too excited about trading this one at the moment. All right, VV Nation, I hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation. Just wanted to put some of these stocks on your radar. Not saying that they're good stocks or you want to go out and buy them now. You just heard my analysis of the 4 stocks that Nvidia actually has a stake in. The only one I really see great potential in right now is ARM. These others, as far as price action and even Serve Robotics just being released and the consolidation of the candlesticks not showing me much trend there. It's a little too early on these 3, but keep them on your radar because any partnership with Nvidia or Nvidia having a stake in your company can definitely take it to higher levels. Now, if you found the video informative, you see the potential to make some money with the information I give you, make sure you hit that like button. Now, if this is your first time visiting, hit that subscribe button so that way I can keep you updated going forward. Have a good night.